Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die is Gore Verbinski's triumphant return to the screen after nearly a full decade, and I'd be damned if I wasn't super excited to watch this in a movie theatre. The very basic distillation of the film's plot revolves around a man from the future who travels back in time to a diner in order to assemble a team of people to go and place safety restrictions on a godlike AI before things reach a point of no return. A tech apocalypse. This film was a spark of pure joy for a significant portion of the runtime. Is it subtle to any degree? No. No, it is not. But that's why the jokes need to land, which they do. A slight heads up if you're going to watch this film. I found the film to perfectly toe a line where a punchline may cross some boundaries for some audiences and pull it off unscathed. As a modern film with overtones about artificial intelligence and current technological advancements as well as a heavy dose of politics, there is a plethora of stuff within the collective void to try and laugh at. Whether you believe it or not, the modern world is a bizarre place these days, and no film has quite felt as angry with that while poking an amount of fun at its target than Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. It has its fingers in many pies. What I've been trying to circle around is the alarming presence of school shootings in this film, and somehow Verbinski and scribe Matthew Robinson are able to still make effective punchlines out of them. Some may consider this to be tone deaf, but it is in the pursuit of highlighting the oddities of our current reality, and I'll be first to admit that some of the funny scenes stem from there. I'm as shocked as anybody still listening that is the case. Grabbing the baton from there is the notion that this film is very overstuffed. There is a lot going on. Flashback stories following a number of the primary characters flow into the focal story, and that focal story gets very weird moderately quickly. Yet, I would argue that it never cannibalizes itself. It's like a gourmet hamburger in that respect, chock full of ingredients to the extent where a bite may appear impossible, but, in reality, it's not, and of course it tastes good. What more could you possibly want, except for a smaller stack? But I wouldn't know where to even start when it comes to removing ingredients. The overall taste has been fabulously and meticulously crafted, so removing any one item feels like collapsing the entire point of the burger. Let's move on from food analogies. I think I began to stray from my point, but, fundamentally, the point still stands. Then, there's the Sam Rockwell of it all. You cannot go wrong with Sam Rockwell, especially in something which utilizes his naturally on-edge kind of charm. He's so carefree seeming for much of this film, as he's embarked on his quest before, just hasn't yet made it to the end. Hence, he can afford to be a little goofy, and goofy is good when it comes to something like Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, where jokingly self-aware entertainment is weaponized as a not-so-subtle sucker punch for a deeper thematic examination on technology and other socially pressing matters which orbit it. The opening 10 or so minutes, the first scene of the film, is simply a Sam Rockwell monologue as he interacts with the patrons of the diner, hopping around and dumping exposition, as well as what I can only wholeheartedly assume to be Verbinski's and Robinson's take on AI. The exposition doesn't even feel at all forced because of how much of that scene is put into Rockwell's hands to make fun and exciting. You do also get emotionally weightier scenes from him in the latter half of everything, but nothing tops those first 10 minutes, and also other characters gradually eclipse the man from the future over the course of the runtime. One such character is Ingrid, played by Haley Lou Richardson. The character design, a depressed knockoff Disney princess looking woman, is immediately as recognizably Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die as the man from the future's transparent poncho getup, and is just as badass. But the bigger thing to make more of a fuss about is the fact that this is finally Haley Lou Richardson centre stage in a bigger production. All the things going on with Ingrid, starting with the fact that she's alienated from everyone by way of an allergy to Wi-Fi, and progressing from there, are the emotional centre of the film, the bit I was most invested in as an audience member. Her more moody demeanour is a pleasant diversion from the man from the future's cartoonish wackiness. Again, not a flaw with the character. I don't really want to talk about the ending here, but I will say that Verbinski and company had almost fully lost me at the very end, which made me very concerned as someone who has wanted to love this film for a while now. But I should never have doubted Verbinski. The way that the ending is then remedied, hopefully this is vague enough, makes it that Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die has a super memorable ending instead, and it might just be one of my favourites from recent memory as it triggers an internal debate about everything you watched. A couple of days later, I'm still thinking about it. I would bet money that I'll be thinking about it for a while longer. Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, conceptually, was right up my alley, and it stirred up a hell of a lot of anticipation, and it fully delivered in a way that is unique, I'll admit. It's a bit unwieldy, but I'd wager that my metaphor from earlier carries weight. No other film has made me this happy as a result of how messy and ambitious it is, but sometimes it's all you really need. Subtlety can be strived for by everybody, but occasionally, times call for drastic measures, and angry shouting from someone who is a master of their craft. Deliriously entertaining. Good luck, have fun, don't die. 4.5 stars. Well, that's all. Keep on watching movies and form your own opinions. See you in the next one.